Hello, hello. Welcome to 120 Seconds with Hayden. I know it's supposed to be 60 seconds. I'm doing my best. If you look behind me, you can see the historic church. This church, someone sent me actually a history of Glenhaven just this week. And in their reflections, they remember this church being moved from down the road to this particular site in around 1910, 1920. And the reason why this church was built and moved is because people of that time wanted to reach their friends with the gospel, and this building was a vehicle for gospel proclamation. But Glenhaven has changed a little bit since then. One of the stories in that history of Glenhaven described one man who lived here, and at night he would ride home on his horse and buggy. He would be, and I quote, drunk as a lord, and he would be firing his rifle into the night sky. When he finally fell asleep, his horse would know where he lived and took him home. Well, we see fewer people riding on horses and buggies here in Glenhaven today. And that is why, if you follow me, faithful men and women made the decision to build this building because we're not in Glenhaven 1910, we are in Glenhaven 2020, and we need a facility that will reach people with the gospel today. And so that's why people have given, and that's why we're asking you to give today. It's the Education and Building Appeal, our end of financial year appeal, which is eligible for tax deductible giving, of course, and we need your help to pay down the loans on this building. We're seeking to raise $200,000-ish, and at the moment we've received $15,000. If you've been one of those who've given, thank you. If you're one of those who've said to me, I'm intending to give, but you haven't quite got around to it yet, please do so, because there's only 2 weeks left before the end of the financial year. And whether you're able to give a little or a lot, whether you've already given or are considering giving, or even if you're not in a position to give, will you pray? Will you pray that the Lord would meet our needs so that we can pay off this building and redirect our money to other ways of sharing the gospel? Glenhaven's changed. People need to hear the gospel. That hasn't changed. And if you believe in that, I'm asking you, will you pray? And as you are able, will you give to the end of financial year education and building appeal? Thanks.